Hey, there's a little bus station just off the highway in Gallup, New Mexico. Not much to it. A couple of vending machines, the kind of coffee that, well, actually tastes more like a burnt question. And it's got a bulletin board of flyers that expired some 2 summers ago. It's the kind of place where people are always leaving, but one man never does. Hey, if you're new here, welcome. You found a little virtual roadside diner of stories, so go ahead, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and if the road brings you back, there's always coffee and always room at the table. Now, I've been on the road since sunrise. I told myself the first place I see, I need to pull over, stretch my legs, use the restroom. Well, there was a man sitting on a bench near the schedules. He didn't look like he was waiting for anything in particular. He had this corduroy jacket, which obviously had seen a few seasons, coffee in a foam cup, and a Bible in his lap. I remembered the Bible simply because it was held together with a rubber band and a whole lot of miles you could see on the leather bind. Now, after I stretched, used the restroom, I headed back towards the door to continue my road trip, but I paused long enough to look at him and say, "You headed somewhere?" He just kind of smiled at me like he'd heard that line before, and he said, "Nah, I just sit here most days. Folks pass through. Sometimes they need someone to talk to." I nodded, not sure what else to say, but it kind of prompted me to sit down. He wasn't weird. He wasn't even pushy. He was just still. Like he had more peace than most people trying to get somewhere. Now, after I sat down, there was a young woman across from us. She was sitting in her seat next to the window. She had a backpack at her feet, a ticket in her hand that she kept folding and unfolding. Her eyes were red, the kind that say, "I don't want to talk, but please see me." When I did catch her eye, I gave her a small smile. It wasn't pushy, just sat there across from her on the other side of the bench. Now eventually she said, "I'm not sure I picked the right direction, but I couldn't stay where I was." Before I could do anything, the man on the bench chimed in softly and he said, "Sometimes leaving is the brave part. The direction sorts itself out later." She looked at him like he had read her mind. She didn't cry, but she didn't stop folding that ticket. I continued to sit there and watch. I saw 2 buses come and go, different people, different lives, and the man stayed where he was. I asked him, "Ever think about getting on one of those and just going somewhere?" He chuckled at me. Not rudely, but like someone remembering an old dream that used to matter. He said, "I used to, but these days I think I'm where I'm supposed to be." Not everyone's meant to move. Some of us are here to help people figure things out if they still can. Then he gave a nod to the girl sitting across from us. I stood up and he looked at me again and he said, "Sometimes the right words show up if you sit still long enough." Walked away, had a strange piece. Didn't know I packed it. I think I picked it up. My closing reflection, I drove away thinking about him and about her. How easy it is to think wisdom has to come with a title, with a pulpit, a microphone, or a podcast. But maybe the real wisdom lives on a bench in Gallup, New Mexico, or at a table in a roadside diner in Kingman, or in you, waiting to be still long enough for someone else to find their courage. Maybe presence is the real miracle. Maybe staying is braver than leaving. Maybe, just maybe, what you thought was being stuck was actually being placed right where you needed to be. Friendly reminder, next time you're in a waiting room, a station, a coffee shop, or moment between decisions, look around. Someone might just need to know they're not the only one stuck between where they were and where they hope they're going. We're all in transit. Some of us just carry fewer bags. Remember that fuel, coffee, and kindness will keep this ride going. If you'd like to give a little something to help with a gallon of gas, a cup of coffee, or maybe a slice of pie, the hat's open at Venmo. You'll find me at Faith and Good Courage. No strings, just a really big thank you. I'll see you next week, but until then, remember, travel well, my friends, and have faith and good courage.